It's tough to keep up with Tom. He's a really kind of matches my outfit.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Hold my hand, hold my.
Hi guys, Miles Teller here, and I just want to say hello to all my Korean fans. This is my second time in Seoul, and I just love coming here every time, so thanks for having me.
Hi, my name's Glenn Powell. I play Hangman.
What up, Korea? I'm Jay Ellis, and I play Payback.
What is up, Korea? My name is Greg Tarzan Davis, and I play Coyote.
Was there anything you specially prepared?
Which is very, very cool.
Okay, that's a nice way to get through the language barrier too.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Sorry.
Any character that you would like to have as your wingman?
You know, he doesn't pay anybody back, hence the name Payback. So I don't know about him. But if I had to choose somebody to be my wingman, I think it would be the person who's already my wingman.
That's what I'm talking about.
There we go. That's
what I'm about.
That's my wingman right there. Hey, we're back.
Okay. Don't block them up. Okay.
Are we overusing the barriers?
I think you gotta have Maverick as your wingman because he seems to always be in the right place at the right time. So I would say Maverick would be my wingman.
I saw your Instagram feed having the shaved ice in Korea.
Yeah.
So how did you like it? Was it good?
This is my second time in Seoul. And that was one of my favorite things when I came here for the first time is I loved that. You loved it, right?
I love it. Yeah, Justin, who was taking us around town, he was like, "Oh yeah, I know a good spot." So we found the spot, and it was amazing to try that. I'd never had it before.
Yeah. Very good. One of my favorite desserts.
Yeah.
I think that's. I mean, it's. I don't really like. Yeah, it's like
That was
really
pretty
good.
good. We need to take you.
Yeah, we haven't. Yeah,
He didn't come.
He came in late.
He came in late. He missed it. He was like, "Hey
They
guys,"
didn't take me.
He's like, "Hey guys,
We'll
where
do
are
that.
you?"
We'll do that right now after
Yeah.
this.
We'll do.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
we're gonna do it. No, we kind of have a premiere after this.
Okay,
So,
no shaved ice.
No shaved ice for you.
They don't love me. They don't love me. I'm curious as to how you came up with call signs for your characters. Any stories you can share? Did the call sign have any particular or special meaning?
So I did, yeah, I came up with Rooster. It was, in the original script, they had a different call sign that I just felt like didn't really kind of match the character all that well. So I came up with Rooster and they liked it, so that worked. Rooster, Goose, seems like they could be related.
When we all met each other, the very first trip that we all took was to Top Gun. A bunch of us, I think it was me, Glenn, Monica, Lewis, and Miles maybe? We all went up, we went to a bar with all of the Top Gun pilots where it was like kind of a culture trip just to get to meet them and all spend time with them. Lewis, did not speak to us for like 4 hours during that entire trip. Very much like Bob in the opening scene where you meet him and he's just sitting there and hasn't spoken to anybody. So he very much earned his name when we were on that trip. I then took his phone and I put it on the bar. In Navy culture, when you do that, if a phone is on the bar, you actually have to buy everyone in the bar a round of drinks. So Lewis had to buy like 200 people around a drink, 100 people around a drink, which then Monica came like screaming across the bar at me and she was like, "You have to pay him back. You have to pay him back." So I very much earned my name that night. And then Monica outdrank, she had a couple of beers and she was able to get up the next morning and rise from the ashes like a phoenix and perform and just be very, very present. So we just feel like we all earned our call signs. And he actually left us. He left us hanging that night. He disappeared.
It's not true.
You disappeared. He disappeared.
It's not true.
He became Hangman that night.
That's not true. Top Gun movies are also known for its soundtrack. Do you have any favorite song from the movie Top Gun or Top Gun Maverick? Ooh. Good one. So this movie was composed by Hans Zimmer, Lorne Balfe, but also Lady Gaga. Some of the songs, this song called Hold My Hand that Lady Gaga wrote, that theme is throughout the whole movie. So it makes it very unique and it makes it feel complete and whole. So Lady Gaga, always bringing the heat. Hold my hand.
Hold my hand, hold my hand, hold my, hold my. I'll be
I hear all the cast had to undergo strenuous training.
Under the guidance of Tom Cruise, what was it like?
It's tough to keep up with Tom. He's a really...
It was hard work. We trained 5 days a week pretty much. We flew 3 days a week. Tom created this flight training program for us that was across 3 different aircraft. We all got about 40 to 45 hours of flight training where we were basically building our endurance to pull G's and to sustain G's for very long points in time. Tom says when they shot the first Top Gun, they didn't have that. And that was something that he really wanted us to have to be prepared in the jets.
I mean, there's just so many different things that he does well. Flying obviously being one of them. He's the first one there, the last one to leave, but he's also really inspiring. I think he's somebody that when you see how hard he works, he makes you want to work just as hard.
So it was intense, it was very, very detailed, but it was all worth it, and it all paid off. Tom Cruise was 100% right. Like, it made us into pilots.
Was there anything you specifically prepared for? Start
He
over.
said specially. He still said specially.
Is there anything?
Was there anything you specially prepared for your audition for Top Gun Maverick?
How did you feel when you heard that you got the part? So, I did not know I was auditioning for Top Gun Maverick at the time. They didn't tell me what it was. I went in for a few times, then they finally told me, and I was auditioning for Top Gun Maverick, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy, like a big movie, and it was all exciting and stuff. And I remember going in there trying to I watched a lot of YouTube videos on how pilots behaved in a cockpit. So I went in there and I was like, doing all of this stuff, and the casting director was like in the back behind Joe, like, too much. So I was like, okay, so just cool, got it.
So for the audition for Rooster, it was the scene where I walk into the bar and then I sit down and I play and sing Great Balls of Fire. Now I didn't know how to play the song at that point, but I had to kind of walk in and pretend like there was a lot of people in the bar, which there weren't, so you're like faking shaking hands and talking to people, and there's a scene with Glenn's character, and then I had to sit at the piano in front of Tom Cruise and Jerry Bruckheimer and Joseph Kaczynski and like pretend to play and sing the piano, which I was pretty nervous for. I mean, I guess it went all right because I got the part.
And when I found out I got the part, my agents and managers called me and they played the Top Gun theme song music on the other end, and I was like, what? Are you serious? You know, and I was on a bus with other people and I tried to like hold it in, but it was too crazy and I was like losing my mind, and then they was like, what? It was a great feeling.
There are many scenes that call back to the first Top Gun, like playing football on the beach. Anything you paid particular attention to while shooting the movie? We were all very nervous to shoot the football scene because we knew everybody. In the first movie, they didn't know that was going to be a big scene, but in our movie, everybody was constantly working out and eating like protein and really healthy food. By the time that we got on the beach, they also covered us in coconut oil to make sure that we looked extra slippery and extra wet for.
That's right, very wet. We looked very wet.
Yes. But that was a scene that in the first movie they didn't understand was going to be a big one, but we knew it was going to be a big one in this one. So we spent a lot of time in the gym together,
preparing for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
What was that?
Thank you guys.
Tarzan just comes to work. He's excited every day, like very energetic, very excited. I think he has this like amazing quality of like.
He's a child.
Yeah, he's a child.
He's
yeah,
a child.
That's
He's
what
a
it
very
really
happy
is.
child.
Yeah, in a grown man's body.
A little baby.
Yeah.
A little happy baby.
Yeah.
This guy.
Baby that doesn't go to sleep.
I don't get tired.
I don't get tired.
Yes. Wow.
Yes.
This. Wow. I regret giving it up.
All right. When it came down to the swim test, I think he was solid as a rock. I mean, he was the fastest in the pool. I will give him that. Because he has longer limbs, like a black Michael Phelps or something like that. And as well as he was one of the few pilots that didn't throw up in the air.
Absolutely. Also, the taller you are as a pilot, the longer it takes for your blood to move to your feet whenever you pull these G's. So it's actually a lot harder. It's a lot easier to pass out the taller you are. So he had a even harder job to do on this movie, and he never passed out.
Never passed out. Oh, you gotta get.
I'm kind of like this.
Yeah.
They're both country boys at heart, so they both have these accents that come out when they talk that are very distinguishable. You immediately know where they're from, and they very much like, I don't know, it just kind of in some ways personifies who they are even in a lot of ways. But I think there's also this ability with both of these guys to, they're very charismatic, insanely likable. You want to be friends with them. You want to grab a beer with them. And they are both like very confident and excited about what they're doing as actors and students. Like they both constantly learn. I think when you encounter people like that, it is easy to like be like, oh man, I want to be around a person that's like that. I want to grow like that person is growing and hang out with them.
That is his first time ever admitting
Yeah,
that.
that's what I was like, that was really sweet.
Look, Jay, hey.
I love you too, guys.
I hope that you guys feel great about going back to a movie theater again and going to see Top Gun Maverick. It's a film that we all worked really hard on, and I know you guys are gonna love it. So it's a real pleasure for me to be here and to welcome you all to see our film. Thank you. 감사합니다.
I am very, very excited. All of us, we are very, very excited for you guys to see this movie that we poured our blood, sweat, and throw up into it. It is an action-packed film that everybody and anybody can see from all ages, and we hope that you guys enjoy it.
Yeah, you guys are gonna go on an absolute thrilling, adrenaline-pumped ride, and it's also full of heart and emotion and friendship, and is an absolute love letter to aviation. And again, like Tarzan said, it's for everyone to enjoy and just really enjoy the experience of being in a theater and sitting next to someone while you watch it.
Yeah, this movie is why we go to the movies. It's why we make movies. It's an immersive experience where we shot all in the back of real F-18. So when you sit in that theater, you're gonna go on the ride of a lifetime. So if you see one movie this year, go see Top Gun Maverick. Another gift?
Fan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This is nice. Look at this.
Wow.
This is great.
Hold my hand, hold my hand.
It doesn't really.
This,
Wow.
Thank you.
Nice. It's awesome. This is great. Great idea.
Can I see that song?